Hello everyone, welcome to my video channel. Today I am going to talk about bone matrix and its component, part 1 video. In this video, I will cover regarding bone and bone function, structure classification of bone that involve, that is a woven or immature bone, lamella or mature bone, the cortical or the compact bone, and lastly, trabeculate or cancellous bone. Another part of the video, I will cover regarding the components of the bone that involve the organic and inorganic components. In this video, there is always a disclaimer, and the disclaimer is the same in all my videos. Thank you. Now let's begin. Bone is a specialized connective tissue and together with cartilage forms the strong and rigid endoskeleton. These tissues serve three main functions. 1. A scaffold for muscle attachment for locomotion. 2. Protection for the vital organs and the soft tissue. 3. Act as a reservoir of ions for the entire organism, especially the calcium and the phosphate. One of the most unique and important properties of the bone is its ability to constantly undergo remodeling, even after growth and modeling of the skeleton have been completed. What is a microscopic structural classification of the bone? It involves A. The woven or immature bone and B. The lamella or mature bone. For the macroscopic structural classification of the bone, involve A. C. The cortical or the compact bone, D. The trabeculate or the cancellous bone. Now, regarding microscopic structural bone. In A. Woven or immature bone, it is isotropic in nature. Isotropic means same in all direction or orientation. It is due to random orientation of collagen fibers. It is not stress-oriented with higher rate of turnover. Woven or immature bone can be found in metaphyseal growth region, fracture callus region, and in a pathological bone, example in tumor of the bone and pages, whereby there is an accelerated turnover. For B. Lamella or mature bone, through microscopically, lamella bone is more anisotropic with collagen laid down in parallel sheets or lamella, aligned to the mechanical axis of force. Lamella bone are more organized and stress-oriented. Adjacent lamella are arranged slightly oblique to each other in a herringbone pattern. Lamella bone is a secondary bone created by remodeling of woven bone. It is more stronger and less flexible than the woven bone. For C. Cortical or compact bone. At the macroscopic level, it comprises 80% of the skeleton. It has low turnover rate and high Young modulus. Lamella is arranged in concentric rings that are called osteons around a neurovascular Haversian canal. Canaliculi run radially in these osteons and are processed from osteocytes that allow for cell signaling by gap junction. Walkman canal run perpendicular to the long axis and connect the outer periosteal blood supply with the Haversian system. For D. Cancellous bone or trabecular bone in macroscopic level. Cancellous bone has lower Young modulus. It has high turnover to remodel according to the stress across the bone. It is less dense and less strong. Cancellous bone has no Haversian system or osteon. Lattice work of bony process called trabeculae, bounded by the lamella arranged along the axis of the force upon the bone and containing bone marrow elements for hematopoiesis. What are the components of the bone? Bone is made up of A. Organic components that contribute around 40% of the dry weight. B. Inorganic components that contribute around 60% of dry weight. The organic components include 1. Collagen, 2. Proteoglycans, 3. Matrix proteins that include osteocalcin, osteonectin, osteopontin, and number 4, cytokine and growth factors. For the inorganic component, it includes A. Calcium hydroxyapatite and B. Osteocalcium phosphate. I will describe each of the organic and inorganic components after this. The organic components. Number 1, the collagen. Collagen comprises of 90% of organic bone matrix. The most abundant type is type 1 collagen, secreted by osteoblasts. It provides tensile strength to the bone. Collagen is a triple helix composed of 1 alpha 2 and 2 alpha 1 chain. That's why it's called triple helix. For organic components, number 2 is the proteoglycans. It incorporates chondroitin sulfate and heparin sulfate glycosaminoglycans. As proteoglycans bind to collagen, they help to regulate collagen fibril diameters. Proteoglycans is responsible for compressive strength. It inhibits mineralization. For organic components, number 3, it is the matrix protein. A. Regarding osteocalcin, it is released by osteoblasts to control the osteoclast. Osteocalcin is the most abundant, around 10 to 20%. Osteocalcin also promotes mineralization and formation of bone. Osteocalcin is a marker of bone turnover. For B, osteonectin. It is released by osteoblasts and platelets to regulate the mineralization. And C, osteopontin. It anchors to the osteoclast. The last, or number 4, organic components that we are going to discuss are cytokines and the growth factors. Bone contains exogenously derived proteins that circulate in the blood and become locked up in the bone matrix itself. They are rich source of cytokines, example interleukin IL, tumor necrosis factor TNF, and colony stimulating factor CSF, and about growth factors. Next, the growth factors, example transforming growth factors, fibroblast growth factors, platelet-derived growth factors or PDGF, and insulin-like growth factors produced by variety of cells associated with bone. These proteins play an important role in the biological activity of the bone cells. When present within the bone, they are inactive, but may become mobilized when the bone is being resorbed by the osteoclast. Lastly, regarding the inorganic component of the bone, that is A. Calcium hydroxyapatite and osteocalcium phosphate. For A. Calcium phosphate in the form of hydroxyapatite, we call it calcium hydroxyapatite. And B. Osteocalcium phosphate or brucite. These mineralize into crystals in the hole and pore regions of collagen fibrils. The inorganic matrix is a reservoir for 99% of body calcium and 80% of body phosphorus. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you have learned something from this video. See you in the part 2 of this video. Take care and bye.